Ever wondered how to build your own gaming PC? Today, we'll walk you through the process step by step. Building a gaming PC is more than just a technical endeavor. It's a journey, a labor of love, and a rite of passage for any serious gamer. It's about understanding the heart of your machine and the satisfaction of knowing that the rig you're gaming on is one you've brought to life. So, what makes up this beast? Well, there are 7 key components you'll need to gather. The central processing unit or CPU, the motherboard that acts as the body, the memory or RAM, storage to hold your games, a video card to render those stunning visuals, a power supply to keep everything running, and finally, a case to house all these components. Ready to get hands-on? Let's dive into the first step. Scene script. Choosing the right components is crucial to maximize your gaming experience. Let's start with the central processing unit, or CPU, the brain of your gaming PC. The CPU performs all the calculations that make a game run, so it's essential to choose a powerful one. But remember, more power doesn't always mean better. It's about compatibility. The CPU must match your motherboard socket type. So choose a motherboard that supports your chosen CPU's features, from overclocking to the number of memory slots. Now let's talk memory, or RAM. The size and speed of your RAM can impact your gaming performance significantly. A larger size allows your PC to handle more applications simultaneously, while speed determines how quickly your PC can process data. As a rule of thumb, aim for at least 16 GB of RAM and a speed of 3000 MHz or higher. Next up, storage. SSDs or solid-state drives are a must for any gaming PC. They offer faster load times, which can mean the difference between victory and defeat in a heated online match. But don't forget about HDDs or hard disk drives. They may be slower, but they offer more storage capacity for your game library at a lower cost. Choosing a video card is critical, as it's responsible for rendering the stunning graphics games are known for. Be sure to consider your gaming requirements. Are you playing graphically intensive games, or are you more of a casual gamer? Your answer will determine the type of video card you need. Finally, don't overlook the power supply and the case. Your power supply should provide enough wattage to run all your components. And your case? Well, it's not just about aesthetics. It should provide ample space for all your components and have good airflow to keep everything cool. With the right components in hand, the fun part begins: the assembly. Assembly might seem daunting, but with patience, you'll get it done. Now let's dive into the heart of the matter, starting with the central processing unit, or CPU. You'll notice a small triangle on one corner of the CPU. This triangle is your guiding star, helping you align the processor with the motherboard. Locate the corresponding triangle on the motherboard socket, lift the lever, and carefully place the CPU, ensuring the triangles match. Gently lower the lever, securing the CPU. No force should be required. It's a delicate dance, not a wrestling match. Alright, let's move on to the memory. You'll notice the memory, or RAM, has a notch that needs to align with a ridge on the motherboard's memory slot. Start by opening the clips on either end of the slot. Then, align the notch on the RAM with the ridge on the slot. Gently press down until the clips click into place. If you're installing multiple sticks of RAM, remember to check your motherboard's manual for the correct configuration to achieve optimal performance. Now, it's time to install the motherboard into the case. This might seem a bit tricky, but don't worry, we've got this. First, locate the standoffs in your case. These are small metal pegs that keep the motherboard elevated, preventing any unwanted electrical shorts. Align the holes in the motherboard with the standoffs and gently lower it into place. Secure the motherboard by screwing it into the standoffs. But remember, we're not building a fortress. You want it secure, but not overly tight. Just like that, you've installed your CPU, memory, and motherboard. Take a moment to appreciate your progress. It's like watching a digital garden grow, with each component playing its important role. Great job! We're halfway through the assembly. Stay tuned as we continue this gaming PC build journey in the next part. Now that the motherboard's in, it's time to add the remaining components. Let's start with the video card. This component is also known as the graphics card, and it's responsible for rendering images and videos on your screen. It's a key player in your gaming experience. So to install it, locate the PCI Express slot on your motherboard. Carefully align the connectors on the card with the slot and gently push it into place. You'll hear a satisfying click when it's secure. Next, let's move on to the storage. Now, you may have opted for a hard drive, a solid-state drive, or a combination of both. Either way, the process is quite straightforward. For a hard drive, you'll need to secure it in a drive bay, then connect it to the motherboard using a SATA data cable. If you're using an SSD, you'll need to mount it in a 2.5 inches bay, then connect it to the motherboard using a SATA data cable as well. Now, it's time for arguably one of the most critical steps: connecting the power supply. This unit is the lifeblood of your gaming PC, providing power to all your components. First, mount the power supply in its designated space, often at the bottom of your case. Then, connect the main power cable to the motherboard. The plug is large and can't be inserted the wrong way, so don't sweat it. Next, plug the CPU power cable into the motherboard. It's typically a 4 or 8-pin connector located near the CPU socket. Then, connect the SATA power cables to your storage devices and the PCIe power cable to your video card. Finally, don't forget to connect the power cables for your case's fans and any RGB lighting you may have. Looks like we're almost there. Next up, we'll power it up and set up the software. Now that everything's connected, it's time to boot up your new gaming PC. But wait, we're not quite done yet. There are a few more steps to complete before you can start your gaming adventure. First off, let's connect the peripherals. You're going to need a monitor, a keyboard, and a mouse. To connect the monitor, find the HDMI or display port on the back of your PC and plug the cable into it. Then, connect the other end of the cable to your monitor. Easy, right? As for the keyboard and mouse, these are usually connected via USB ports. You'll find several of these on the back of your PC. Just plug them in and you're good to go. Now, let's talk about the operating system. You can't really do anything without it. Windows is the most popular choice for gamers, but feel free to choose the one that suits your preferences. To install it, you just need to create a bootable USB drive with the operating system's installation files, plug it into your PC, and follow the on-screen instructions. Once the operating system is installed, you'll need to install the drivers for your hardware. These are little pieces of software that tell your operating system how to work with your hardware. You can usually find these on the manufacturer's website. After setting up the operating system and installing the drivers, you're almost ready to start gaming. But before you do, you might want to optimize your settings to ensure you get the best performance out of your new PC. This could mean adjusting your graphics settings, updating your drivers, or even overclocking your CPU or GPU. And there you have it, you're all set. From this point on, all that's left to do is install your favorite games and start playing. Congratulations, you've successfully built your own gaming PC. Happy gaming! Let's quickly recap what we covered today. We started off by providing an overview of the components needed for your dream gaming PC. We then delved into the art of choosing the right components, discussing the importance of compatibility, performance, and budget. We moved on to the assembly process, a two-part journey that took us from the bare-bones skeleton of our PC to a fully assembled powerhouse. This included everything from installing the CPU and motherboard to fitting the graphics card and RAM, all the way through to connecting the power supply and buttoning up the case. We wrapped up with the final steps of setting up the software and optimizing our freshly built machine for gaming. Remember, building a gaming PC isn't just about saving money, it's about the experience, the knowledge, and the satisfaction of gaming on a machine you built. Thank you for joining us, and remember to game on.